everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chloe for those who are new, and today I will be showing you how I create my realistic save files. I often get a lot of questions about my save files, gallery lots, and so on, so I've decided to start fresh and show you all how it's done. I am starting a new cottage living series on my channel, which I've started prepping on Twitch. This will actually be my second cottage living series because for some reason I can't get enough of Henford on Bagley. This time around I want it to resemble a small mountain town in North Carolina. I do plan on building some of the lots myself, but today I'll be using lots from the gallery. The first neighborhood that we'll be focusing on is Finchwick. Nestled along the River Bagley, the old mill village of Finchwick prides itself on its bustling and close-knit community. Its historic square features a pub and quaint stalls amid a flowering garden. Tourists and locals alike flock to the weekly village fair where Finchwick's mayor makes a special appearance to judge entries and gossip about the latest happenings. I imagine most of the people who live here have been here for generations, and since we now have the for rent pack and can add multifamily units onto one lot, I'll most likely do that for the other neighborhoods if need be, but this world does have quite a few lots, so I'm not sure if that'll be necessary. There is only a pub here, but we definitely need more things to do. I'm thinking we'll add a restaurant, maybe a cafe/bookstore, and possibly a community space. Let's see what we can find on the gallery. My first tip for curating a realistic save file would be to not limit yourself. You'd be surprised at what you can find in the gallery. Really use your imagination when searching things and think about what you would want your world to look like. Don't limit yourself to the trending hashtags either. As you can see, base game, modern, family, Sulani, cottage living, horse ranch, so on and so forth are trending. Really think about what you want. As I mentioned before, I would really like for this world to resemble a small North Carolina mountain town, so I'm going to use the hashtag North Carolina to see what comes up. And as you can see, quite a few lots popped up, and one that's really sticking out to me is this Cousin's Beach House by Sunset Catwalk. I do plan on using Brindleton Bay as the Hilton Head Island inspired world, so this would be perfect. I'm going to favorite it, although my gallery is kind of broken right now and my favorites don't save, but we'll cross our fingers. Right now we are looking for a bar, so let's see if anything pops up. So it looks like there isn't anything hashtagged under North Carolina for bar. Let's try to use the item name to see if anything pops up. So nothing popped up under the item name either. So the next thing I'm going to do is cottage living and see what bars pop up. So now that we've typed in cottage living into the hashtag search bar, it generated all of the lots that have cottage living hashtagged in the description. Don't forget to choose the lot type. Right now we are looking for a bar to replace the pub in Henford on Bagley. The first one that sticks out to me is the Henford bar. One thing you really want to do when you're in the gallery is to make sure that you have the items that are in the pack. But if you are missing any of the packs, for example, say you're missing the industrial lock kit, what you should do is click on the icon and see what was actually used. Because sometimes they only use a fan or a plant or maybe a rug, and you can still use the lot and just replace it with whatever you have. So I'm going to click show used items, and as you can see, in this lot they used a plant and a table. This is something that can be easily replaced, but use your best judgment. We'll still see what the gallery has, but I do like this lot and it's giving off the vibe that I'm going for. So let's place it and we'll do a quick tour. I think this one is a keeper. It has the vibe that I'm going for, and it also included some really nice gallery art. It's not in Simlish, but that's okay. I'm not really a Simlish snob, so we'll keep it. You can also replace it with other things if you'd like. I really like the open concept of this slot. It's kind of giving cafe/bar/ come here and hang out with your friends, and I'm here for it. So we're definitely going to keep this one. So now that we've replaced the bar, we're going to move on to these three lots over here. This one is a 30 by 20, this one is a 20 by 20, and this one is a 20 by 15. I would like to use the 20 by 15 or the 20 by 20 to put down a cafe, specifically a cafe that doubles as a bookstore or a flower shop. So we're back in the gallery, and tip number 3 is check to see if the creator has similar lots. So the lot I just placed down is by xxserena_27xx. In order to get to their profile, what you need to do is click on the lot, click on their name where it says View Player Profile. It will take you to their showcase, but what you need to do is click on View Catalog, go to Lots, and we are looking for a 20 by 15 or a 20 by 20 cafe. So we're going to click the drop-down menu, click 20 by 15, and the lot type we are looking for is a cafe. If nothing shows up, more than likely they haven't built a cafe that's a 20 by 15. So we'll try a 20 by 20. Doesn't look like they have a cafe that's a 20 by 20 either. We'll see if there's a 30 by 20. It doesn't look like they have one either. So we'll move on. I am still using the cottage living hashtag, but I'm going to use the North Carolina hashtag again to see if there are any cafes that show up. So it looks like no one has used the hashtag North Carolina for a cafe yet, so we'll just go back to cottage living. Actually, let's try Henford on Bagley. I'm now using the Henford on Bagley hashtag, and I do see a couple of lots that are sticking out to me. I'm going to favorite this because I could definitely use this in the future. And also this old barn cafe looks really nice and it kind of fits the vibe already. So we'll put this one down and see what it's giving. It is a 30 by 20 and I wanted a 20 by 20, so we'll just put that one on the back burner for now. But let's scroll through and see if there's... Okay, the Henford Cafe Library. This is what I'm talking about. Oh, it's a 30 by 20 also. Okay, we might need to place this one too. Let's see what else there is. Here's a cozy cottage cafe. This is really nice. I'm trying to stay away from the fairy tale vibes. I really want this to give off realistic. I want to keep it small because I might want to put something else on the 30 by 20, but if I can't find anything, then we'll just use one of the other ones that we saw. This old Finchwick coffee looks really nice. Kind of small and quaint, but still very nice. So there aren't many options under 20 by 20 for Henford on Bagley, so we'll go back to cottage living and see what's available. There is nothing that's really sticking out to me, so what we'll do is try another hashtag. So we've already tried the hashtags cottage living, Henford on Bagley, and North Carolina. The next hashtag that I'm going to try is country. Okay, so I do see a few more options here. I see the Cottage Cat Cafe. Not really the vibe that I'm going for either, so I think we might go back to the 30 by 20s. But before we do, let's try 20 by 20. This French cafe looks really nice also. I think I might save this one. Oh, this is cute. Really small, but still cute. The next hashtag that I'm going to try is countryside. And there aren't many options under 20 by 20, so we're going to try 20 by 15, and there's nothing really sticking out to me here either. So the next thing that I'm going to try is using the hashtag bookstore. Looks like most of these belong in Brightchester, so we're going to go back to the Henford on Bagley hashtag and use one of the 30 by 20 lots. Let's check out the Old Barn Cafe first. I do really like this lot, but it's a lot more rustic than I was expecting, so we'll check out the other one. I think this one might be the one. It does have an internet cafe. It also has a really nice outdoor seating area. And as an added bonus, it does have a children's play area, which I really like. So now that we've placed down our cafe, we are left with a 20 by 20 and a 20 by 15. I would like to add a restaurant and a grocery store. We are back in the gallery, and the first thing that I'm going to do is change the lot size. So I'm going to try to find a 20 by 20 restaurant. If we can't find a 20 by 20 restaurant, we'll try a 20 by 15. First thing that sticks out to me is this Cottagecore restaurant. It looks really nice. Let's see what the interior is giving. It doesn't really look like a restaurant to me, so I'm going to pass. There aren't many options under 20 by 20, so let's try 20 by 15. I would really love a farm to table restaurant, and I did come across one the other day, but like I said, my gallery does not save my favorites for some reason, so I don't even want to try to find it. Nothing's really sticking out under 20 by 15, so let's try 20 by 20. Tip number 4 is going to be search under item name. So I am specifically looking for a farm to table restaurant. So I'm only going to type in farm. I do see that there are some more options here. Nothing's really sticking out. So we're going to try 20 by 20. So my first choice did pop up again, so we're definitely going to place it down and see what it's giving. But before we do, I would like to see what 30 by 20 options are available. Feel free to sort by newest, most popular, and popular now, because sometimes you can miss some really good lots. Sophie's Farm to Table looks really nice. I actually would like to see what this is giving. It's a 30 by 20 though, and it's not going to fit on that lot. So I guess we'll keep going. I'm going to put down this farm to table restaurant by Mel Honey C. It is a 20 by 20, and it looks like I'm missing the Blooming Rooms kit, but that's okay because what we're going to do is click on this icon, show used items, and it looks like I'm only missing a few things from this pack, and I do have some other plants that can replace it. I don't really care for how the kitchen is in the middle of the restaurant, but it's not a deal breaker. Don't be afraid to customize your lots, especially if you plan on having it be a staple in your save file. I may or may not change the chairs, it's not really a big deal, but one thing that I would like to do is check the lot traits and the menu. So right now it has romantic aura and sunny aspect. I guess we can keep those, but I am curious to see what the menu is giving. It's definitely not giving farm to table, so we'll go ahead and customize it. So it is set on dinner, but what you need to do to customize the menu is click Edit Custom Menu and click the menu. And from here, you can add whatever drinks and food that you'd like. I imagine that the menu at this restaurant changes quite frequently, so we're not going to do too much. For the drinks, I kept it cute. I did add some milk and some juice-based drinks for the kids and people who don't drink. I also added some local beers, some local wine, and also some mocktails. For the appetizers, I decided to go with a bread-heavy menu. I feel like they have a lot of homemade bread here. Also added some charcuterie boards, a few salads, and a butternut squash soup. I'm not really sure what vibe I'm going for, maybe like a southern fusion. I don't know, honey. It's farm to table. You get what you get. Let's move on to the desserts. And for the desserts, we have a few choices of ice cream, lots of fruit pie options, some cake, and some fresh fruit. Last but not least, I would like to add a farmer's market here on this 20 by 15 lot. So let's see what we can find. We do need to reset this. And now we are looking for a 20 by 15 lot. So let's make sure to change that. And I'm going to go with most popular. And we are now looking for a retail lot. So now that we've changed the lot size and the lot type, we do need to add a hashtag or an item name. I'm going to use cottage living to see what pops up. I'm not really seeing much here, so the next thing I'm going to try is farmers market in the item name search bar. Okay, now we have some more options. This is cute, but it's really small. I'm not seeing many options here under item name, so I'm going to type in farmers market in the hashtag. The next hashtag that I'm going to try is grocery. I think I'll go with this for now. I imagine that most people living here source their own food, but we do need a local store. So we have officially brought life to the Finchwick neighborhood. We have a bar, a cafe and library, a restaurant, and a local grocery store. In the next part of the series, I'll be working on the old New Henford neighborhood. I will be creating the families on Twitch, so make sure to follow me there if you're interested in seeing that process. Let me know if this was helpful and if you learned anything new. Like and subscribe for part 2 and leave a comment. Thank you so much for watching.
Et c'est chez moi, c'est l'arme de crocodile.